Everyone, welcome. So today we are going to start with chapter 4 of science, sorting materials into group. So as name you can understand, you have an idea that we are going to separate the materials made up of different raw materials, like things like plastic, wood or other things. We will separate in our groups. So let's start our today's lessons. So first we will talk about objects around us. So you must have seen many objects around us, like the food in which we eat, the clothes we wear, and the chair, bowl cart, cycle, cooking utensils, books, clothes, toys, water stone, and many other objects which are in our surrounding. So you might have looked at them. They have different shape, colors, and they have different use in a particular times. So in the very previously, many hundred years ago, people used to use earthen pitcher, which is also known as ghara, to store water and also to cook. So in this chapter we will going to, just like as you can see in this image, we have lock and key made up of steel, phone made up of plastic, toys made up of clothing materials and glasses and other things. So in this chapter हम बात करेंगे ये सारी जो मटेरियल्स हैं वो बनती कहाँ से हैं, किस चीज़ से बनती है. विल टॉक अबाउट ऑब्जेक्ट्स एंड द मटेरियल्स दे आर मेड ऑफ. फॉर एग्जांपल प्लेट, जिसको हम कहते हैं थाली हिंदी में, जिसमें हम खाना खाते हैं, वो बनती है, वो हो सकती है बहुत टाइप की, लाइक स्टील, ग्लास, प्लास्टिक एंड एनी अदर. और जो हम पेन यूज करते हैं लिखने के लिए, वो हो सकता है प्लास्टिक का या फिर मेटल का. ओके तो यहाँ पर भी बहुत सारी मटेरियल्स दी गई, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स दैट आर मेड फ्रॉम द सेम मटेरियल्स. सो एक चीज़ से अलग अलग तरह की चीज़ें बन सकती है, जैसे कि वुड, ये लकड़ी से बन सकता है. चेयर, टेबल, प्लग, बुल कार्ट मीन्स बैलगाड़ी एंड इट्स व्हील, पर ये भी बन सकते हैं. पेपर से बन सकता है बुक, नोटबुक, न्यूज़पेपर, टॉय, कैलेंडर. टॉय मीन्स पेपर टॉयज, या और भी कुछ दिए गए. लेदर, प्लास्टिक, कॉटन. लेदर से भी बहुत कुछ, जूते, बेल्ट एंड अदर थिंग्स बनते हैं. एंड जो प्लास्टिक, ऐसे तो सब कहते हैं प्लास्टिक का यूज कम करना चाहिए, लेकिन आप अपने आसपास देखिए, सब चीज़ प्लास्टिक का मिलेगा आप सभी को. ऑन वील टॉक अबाउट properties of materials. So you might have noticed timber is not made of piece of gold. It is made up of bamboo type wood, and timber is kept used for storing liquid things like water, some kind juice, oil, extra. Would it not be silly if we were made timber out of clothes? So as you can see in this image, this cloth materials is not suitable to store water kind of things. It won't work. So here in this picture you can see this hollow thing is suitable for storing oil, water and other things. And this is the cutting piece of material for see if they have lusters. So now we will talk about appearance of a material around us or things around us. Materials usually look different from each other. Wood look very different from iron. Iron appear different from copper or aluminum, and at the same time there may be some similarity between iron, copper and aluminum that are not in the wood. Okay, so the things we found around us are very much different from each other, and their use is also very different. So now we will talk about the hardness. So there are different type of materials which When you touch with it with your hands, you will find it is hard. So, and when you try to compress it, it will, and there are some metals that you will try to compress it, it will be easily compressed. And just like wood, aluminum, a piece of stone or a nail, candle, chalk, and other materials or objects, you can easily stretch them materials, while some cannot be stretched so easily. The materials which can be compressed or stretched usually are called soft. So the metals which can be compressed and stretched are called soft, and some other which are difficult to compress are called hard. For example, cotton or sponge for soft. Cotton we talk in last chapter. Cotton balls from which we made clothes. Sponge soft, while iron, wood, and other aluminum. These things are very hard. Soluble or insoluble. Soluble or insoluble. So the things like sugar, salt, chalk, sand, sawdust, they can be easily soluble in the water, but the things like stone, wood, aluminum, iron, they are not soluble in water. As you can see in this image, this is the stone, it is not soluble in water, and this is the oil and other things which can, while that is lifting up in the water. Mixing different solid materials into water. So when we add salt to a water, it will disappear completely in water. Sugar will also disappear. Sand will mix with the water, but it will make the water dirty. Chalk powder will also mix, but it will make the water different color. Or if you left the water, then the chalk will be at the down in the down layer. So so we say that these substances are soluble in water. Soluble means जो पानी में अच्छे से घुल जाए. And the and opposite of soluble is insoluble. जो चीज़ पानी में नहीं घुलता है. So insoluble का कुछ एग्जाम्पल है, जस्ट लाइक ऑयल, मस्टर्ड ऑयल. ये सारी चीज़ है जो पानी में मिलकर भी नहीं मिलती, ये पानी के ऊपर तैरती है. एंड अदर थिंग्स लाइक लेमन जूस, विनीगर, ये अच्छे से मिल जाती है पानी में. तो यहाँ पे कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, जस्ट लाइक विनीगर मिक्स वेल, लेमन जूस मिक्स वेल, मस्टर्ड ऑयल will not mix, coconut oil will also not mix, and kerosene, that will definitely change the color of the water like it has happened in here. Some gases are soluble in water, so there are also gases which are soluble in water. कुछ ऐसे भी gases हैं जो soluble है water में. For example, oxygen, H2O, ये वाटर में डिजॉल्व रहता है. इसकी वजह से जो पानी में जो एनिमल्स रहते हैं और प्लांट्स रहते हैं वो अलाइव रहते हैं वाटर में. ऑब्जेक्ट में float or sink in the water. So there are so many objects which will be easily mixed with water or float in the water surface, and others sunk to the bottom of the timber. So this is a few example of object mixing water at the bottom and floating at the top and other things. So we will now talk about the transparency. So transparency means any object from which you can see in and out, or this is called transparent. So just like a glass in your window, from which you can see outside things, and outside also can see what is inside. Just like you have seen in this image, this is transparent. Okay, this is transparent, and this is opaque. From this you cannot see what is behind the mirror. And this is translucent, nothing will be seen clear. So you might have seen many shopkeepers using this kind of container of a glass so that the buyer can easily see the items. So now translucent. So if you want to practically see what the translucent means, then you take a piece of paper and rub a little bit of oil on it, and then put it to the light, and you can find translucent how it actually look alike. Now the thing just like opaque is just take a piece of a wood or a card which is from which you cannot see anything. For example, you cannot see what is behind the wall extra. So thanks. So this much for today. So you might have done this in your childhood. Does torch light pass through palm? Your palm. So you will only see the reddish color at the upper part when you actually try to do it. So let's look at the keywords we study today. Keywords are hard, the thing which you feel hard when you touch it; insoluble, the things which cannot be dissolved in a water, cannot mix well in the water; luster, it is usually containing oil, water, and other liquid things; materials, the things around us; metals, the iron, aluminium, and other things; opaque, something something like oil or a wood cut from which you cannot see through it; rough, it means not a fine surface; soluble, things which will easily dissolve in water, just like um, salt, sugar, extra lemon juice, vinegar; and translucent, you can see through it but it won't be clear; and transparent, you can see through it and everything will you can see it's very much clear. So thanks for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment to my channel, and have a nice day ahead. Thank you.